We are back for game 2 of the night, the NECC Overwatch National Championship Group Series. Winners or games determine our placement for tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Game 2 of the day, Carthage Firebirds versus the Howard Community College Dragons. Howard Community College going 8-0 during the regular season, going undefeated, winning their division, and then going 3-0 earlier today against Concordia, Wisconsin. And we all know that Concordia, Wisconsin is an amazing, is a very big threat. So Howard is definitely a threat to the Firebirds, and is a threat to anybody they play up against. So this is going to be an awesome, an epic match we're going to watch tonight. I'm your host, Bearded Man. As always, thanks so much for watching, for tuning in. So excited to see how it goes later tonight. Once again, best of 5 map series as well, going control, then hybrid, escort, hybrid again, and control, and then potentially a tiebreaker on escort, but we have not seen any sort of tiebreaker in my experience here, my long, extensive lifespan here as a caster. Knock on wood, but like honestly, a tiebreaker it's fun. It's always fun to see. So I'm excited to see this match for tonight. Howard Community College has been grinding out we've seen an amazing series, amazing season from them as well. It looks like map 1 is going to be going to Lijiang Tower, which is interesting. I don't know if we did our bans yet, so I'm not quite sure what map. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, they messed up. I knew what I was doing. So we have yet to figure out our first map, unfortunately, but it is control point. Lijiang Firebirds played on last game against New England College Grims, and they struggled a little bit, but eventually they got the upper hand and were able to take care of it. Now, here's the interesting thing. It's been a few hours since Howard played Concordia. I believe they played at 1 o'clock earlier today, and the Firebirds only having about less than an hour break. So the Firebirds are kind of warmed up already, but I'm sure Howard is in the same boat. But, that might be the deciding factor here. We'll see how that goes. But it looks like the Firebirds are going to be banning Busan once again. Solid ban for the Firebirds. Everybody hates Busan. I hate Busan. Even when I win, I hate Busan. So I think that it's a very difficult map. A lot of the points have no cover or a lot of cover. Firebirds have yet to... or it looks like we will be playing on Lijiang then. It looks like they'll be taking it. But game 1 against NECG, New England College Grims, Firebirds were able to lead or to finish the series in a 3-0 lead. Map 1 being Lijiang as well. Firebirds struggled a little bit on that initial point on Marketplace, but were able to come back despite being down 99 whole percentage points. Firebirds came back and held all the way to the end. And then map 2, Firebirds proceeded to hold almost exclusive. And then moving on to Blizzard World, it was a very, very amazing match for the Firebirds. And then afterwards, going to map 3, which was Junkertown, Firebirds were not able to push it all the way to the end. That last point was a killer, but NECG was not able to push it all the way to the end, and the Firebirds secured the 3-0 win. Map 1 on Lijiang, the Firebirds know this map. It's fresh in their minds, so I'm confident that they're going to be able to pull it off. Now, again, we're going to be seeing a dueling Symmetra teleport, I think, which is what's going to happen is both teams are probably going to be playing a Symmetra, and they're going to teleport right onto point. I say that, but then Howard is not going to be playing. They're going to be pulling a Reaper, a Baptiste, a Cassidy, a Diva, a Lucio, and Reinhardt, whereas the Firebirds go on to the same comp that we usually see. Very, very strong. Symmetra, Lucio, Reinhardt, Baptiste, Zarya, and Cassidy. Lunar Synergy is so deadly on Cassidy and will be a great counter, hopefully, to the Reaper, whereas Donut on Symmetra is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But again, Howard's not pulling a Symmetra, so we're not going to be seeing that initial all-out brawl outside of Lucio, who's going to knock 3 of the Firebirds into the ground. That was a great play by Rico. I don't know. That's something you see all the time. I'm surprised the Firebirds weren't really ready for that. I think they were expecting a Symmetra play, but the Howard was able to immediately swoop in and just mop up the Firebirds that were left on point. So that's going to buy them a decent amount of time. The Firebirds are going to have to regroup a little bit. That Lucio is going to force the Firebirds probably to go to the the right side, because that Lucio could just do exactly what just happened and boop the entire team into that little that abyss, basically killing them all. Ray Saku's taking a lot of damage for Howard, but the Firebirds are going to just continually rush on a point using that Lucio boost. Do a lot of aggression here. Where that Symmetra turret is going to be really helpful. Psychopath's taking a lot of damage there, was able to get a few picks. Lunar Synergy getting their main tank, but the Firebirds are down 2 of their players, so the Firebirds might not be able to push in all the way. We do have that NECC Ant Matrix, and NECC, as we know, is pretty much DPS at this point, so it's not going to be too bad for them. There's going to be a lot of natural cover for them to use, though, and Rico, once again, using that Lucio is just going to boop them around. Well, Firebirds are able to take care of that Diva, get her out of mech. We're going to see a Shatter below, but only able to get one person, which I believe was Hubbub in that point. Donut and Hubbub fall, but the Firebirds are able to get a few picks. However, it looks like the Firebirds are not going to be able to do well. Just Crazy Mage and NECC on the point at this point, and NECC falls. And it looks like Crazy Mage falls as well. The Firebirds are not going to be able to go to point. 60% of the point secured for Howard. The Firebirds need to switch this up like right now. Amazing to see. Not much is happening right now, though. They're just trying to get some, shots here. We're going to see Ray Saku doing a high noon, but it's not going to get anybody because the Firebirds are going to be hiding behind the cover. Amazing strategy there by the Firebirds. We're going to see a Donut using the Symmetra wall, which is going to split up point a little bit, but because there's cover there, it's not going to do much. We're going to see the Graviton Surge coming out of Crazy Mage, just causing a lot of damage on Howard right now. The Firebirds are going to get some really key picks right now, and the Diva is trying to swoop in, trying to survive, stall it to the last second. The Firebirds are down. They are down 99%. Howard was able to almost full cap that, which means that now that the Firebirds capped it, they have to survive every single push that Howard gives them. If the Firebirds lose a single fight, it's round 1 goes to Howard, goes to the Dragons. So this could be very scary. They have to play tactically. Now this is exactly what happened against NECC though. So I think I'm confident for the Firebirds right now. We've seen this before. So we're gonna see dueling Ant Matrices here. And Rosanto having that Diva Bomb is going to be key, but hopefully Psychopath is able to dive in and block it. We're going to see some amazing plays here, I think. A lot of damage is happening. We're going to see a Death Blossom right now, but it was barely anything happened because of that Immortality Field. Psychopath's taking a bunch of damage and getting picked off eventually, and it looks like Howard is able to stop the Firebirds. And round 1 goes to Howard. That was a very unfortunate round. The Firebirds were completely caught off guard by that Lucio play. I'm not surprised. That's a very common strategy to play. It's a very good counter to that. Usually we will see the dueling Symmetra teleporters, but that Lucio play is even better because it expects us to do exactly what we did. And the Firebirds, having only done that on that point, I'm not surprised. Firebirds have only done that strategy, I think, and Rico and I'm sure Howard instantly knew that. So that was a great play on their part. Now this point is going to be a little bit different. The Firebirds do know this map. Night Market is going to be pretty good, but once again, Rico could easily get some of those boops, could knock the entire Firebirds team into the abyss, and that could be very bad for them. Firebirds are still sticking to the Symmetra teleporter though, which they haven't learned. That's the interesting thing. Now we do see that Howard did teleport right onto point. I think they tried to fake it out though. I think Donut tried to fake it out and trying to pretend that we're going to teleport. Now we're going to see the teleport right onto point still, but not in the high ground. The Firebirds are trying to push in, but it's not enough. They have yet to push in. A lot of damage being soaked up though. That Immortality Field was really key. Ray Saku trying to place these Symmetra teleporters, or these Symmetra turrets onto the Firebirds right now, but the Firebirds are going to be pushing in slowly. We do have that Doomfist to worry about. Optimal playing Doomfist. Donut able to take care of those enemy Symmetra teleporter or Symmetra turrets though. And the Firebirds are just doing a lot of damage right now. We're going to see that Diva being demeched right away by Donut's Symmetra. And the Firebirds are probably going to be taking this right away. We're going to see Psychopath's taking a lot of damage. Hubbub is not even on point. The Firebirds only have one tank one healer right now. But Amazing a start, I think, for the Firebirds. However, they are down they're down a little bit. The Howard was able to get 25% captured on that point in that initial push, but the Firebirds were able to come back, and I think they're going to be able to easily take over a little bit more. As long as the Firebirds are able to hold more, that's the key. I think they have to make sure that they don't lose point again. We have full force on point right now, and this point is really good to hold, especially when you have a Symmetra. Now we're gonna see a beat drop from the Howard, trying to go in, trying to soak up a lot of that damage. We're gonna see a lot of damage being done to Howard right now. The Shatter, despite Big Body Tank being the only person on point, using the Shatter, that was not a good play in my opinion. I'm not an expert by any means, but when you're the only person on point and you use a Shatter like that, now if it was 99%, that would make sense because you want to stall as long as you can. But the Firebirds are only at 50%, so that was not exactly a key. They kind of wasted that in my opinion. Now we do see Rosanto having that Diva Bomb, which could be very bad for the Firebirds. They just need to make sure that they use it properly. Psychopreds has been really good at blocking some of that stuff. Crazy Mage getting picked off because they were kind of split. We're gonna see that Rosanto Diva Bomb, and it's a pretty even fight right now. However, Optimal and Paulino are the only people left for Howard and are forced to back up. We're gonna see that Hanzo right now in the back line. Optimal getting picked. He wasn't even retreating. He was just there. He was trying, but it wasn't enough, and the Firebirds are probably gonna get to 99% here. Wow. I think Howard is definitely kind of scared right now. They could easily pull this off though. I'm confident this could be what they need. We have that Shatter. We're gonna use the Shatter, and Psychopreds being the amazing right-heart player that we know and love, getting that amazing, almost complete team Shatter there, and it is only one person, and we're gonna see that Lunar Synergy high noon to secure point. That's the Firebirds we know and love. Round one we struggled with, but round two, that is exactly what I'd expect. And round three, we have no Abyss, no Void to worry about, so those Lucio boops are probably not going to be much of an issue. But the Firebirds need to, this is it for map one, you know, the winner of this round takes it. So hopefully the Firebirds can continue to gain that, to move with that momentum, to stay as strong as they possibly can, and make Howard regret it. So I'm confident, I'm very confident in the Firebirds right now, but we've seen Howard being undefeated. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the Firebirds. It's definitely going to be a fight to be reckoned with, so I'm confident. We're going to see similar comps. They're going to be taking the high ground. Donut's going to go Reaper, though, and everybody else for the Firebirds is going to stay the same. I think that's going to be solid. Symmetra is not the best on this point. We are going to see Optimal going in as a Doomfist, and right away, Psychopred's getting picked off. That's going to be very bad for the Firebirds. Firebirds are caught off guard. Their main tank is gone. They are forced to retreat right now. Forced to go all the way back, which is never good because we've seen issues where that doorway right there is the choke point, and the Firebirds just are not able to push through it. So HCC is going to be once again taking that main area, that almost like computer room. The name for it always changes. I always like to just call it the high ground, basically. But we're gonna see Optimal going in as Doomfist. Once again, Psychopreds taking the brunt of all of that damage. Donut trying to do a lot of work there, but not enough. We're gonna see that Shatter. Optimal on Doomfist. There we go. Just the biggest threat to the Firebirds right now. Optimal is just swooping in, doing a lot of damage. Not even damage, but just the knocking around our Psychopreds. That might be the downfall of the Firebirds right now, especially with those Symmetra turrets right now. Ah, there we go with Optimal going in, getting a pick on Nancakes right off the bat. Hiding behind the center pillar though. Optimal missing the shot on them, getting picked off by Psychopreds. Now Rosanto getting the refrag on Psychopreds though. That's going to be scary. We're going to see the beat drop for Howard, which is going to cause a lot of shielding for Howard, and the Firebirds are just going to have to back up. Rosanto getting another double kill using that Diva Bomb, and the Howard is going to secure, or not secure, but go up a little bit more. It's now 65% of the point captured. This is scary. Now Donut does have Death Blossom. We might see a game-changing play right here. However, that's the only ult they really have. They almost have Grav. I trust Crazy Mage could get that really soon, but that Doomfist, like, the Firebirds need to do something right now. We have Donut trying to go in the back line, which is great, but that's it. If you get the team wipe, which is great, but then you do have to play up against the rest of them. And we're gonna see that Death Blossom right here. The defense matrix, though, is soaking up all of the damage. Lunar Synergy getting a pick on their main tank, but Paulanto and the rest of the rest of Howard is just going to do so much damage right now. And it is not looking good. It is in overtime right now. The Firebirds cannot afford to lose this point right now. And it looks like they're going to, though. It looks like Donut, though, switching to Doomfist, is not able to secure and it's taking so much damage. Lunar Synergy having that high noon, but the overtime clock is ticking down. We have that teleport on a point. Crazy Mage getting shattered, and the overtime clock ticks down. The Firebirds lose map 1 against Howard Community College. Unfortunate, but Lijiang is such an awful map. That point is very unfortunate. The Firebirds should have known that Optimal was going to play Doomfist, but that was very unfortunate to see. We see this play of the game, of course. This is this play that you see in so many different highlight reels, so many different pro plays. I don't know why the Firebirds were not expecting that. That was something I think they are now going to expect. Paulito doing 34% of the team damage taken for Howard, doing that healing, and 26 elims by Rico on Lucio. That was impressive. We're going to take about a quick 3-minute break while we switch maps and decide the bans and stuff. So we will be back after just a few short messages.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will burn and never die. Looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just find me, just find me. Sparks will fly. If we scream no, this is not how we're gonna go. We are the ones who will never let go. Just watch us roll to another knows we'll never grow.
We are back for map 2 of the series, game 2 of the night. Firebirds versus the Howard Community College Dragons. Map 1 was very rough for the Firebirds, only able to secure the second point, but Howard just came at full force, so strong against the Firebirds, and the Firebirds were not doing much to counter it. Optimal playing Doomfist, doing so much damage, able to get a pick on Psychopreds right away, turning the favor, or just making the game so much easier for them. And the Firebirds kind of, despite playing Cassidy, who is a very good Doomfist counter when played properly, just was not doing that. So hopefully the Firebirds had kind of a, I know Coach Palmer did have a little bit of a nice talk with them in between matches, so I'm expecting some changes here on Kings Row. Now, Howard banned Numbani and the Firebirds chose Kings Row. We've seen both very, very good success while also some heartbreaking failures on Kings Row, but even those heartbreaking failures did end up being pretty good for the Firebirds. So I think this might be a good one for them. But Howard, we'll see how this goes. I'm confident, but it could be anything. It's really, really hard to say what's happening. That's a really nice statue, by the way, too. Really, really nice. It shows that it's more than just there's actual story to Overwatch sometimes, which is kind of funny. But it looks like for the Firebirds, gonna be running similar comp that we always see on Kings Row, which I wouldn't be surprised if if Howard immediately knew that as well, because the Firebirds are gonna be running a Symmetra, Moira, Reinhardt, Baptiste, Sigma, and Bastion. Now, the thing about Bastion that I always say is you need to make sure that you don't play your entire comp around them. Firebirds are gonna be attacking, and that's gonna be good. We're probably gonna be seeing a Symmetra teleporter on top of the statue, but it is hard to say. Now for Howard, going to be going a Mei, a Baptiste, a Soldier, a Diva, a Lucio, and a Reinhardt. That Mei is going to be very bad. The Firebirds have always struggled with a Mei, with those Mei walls. We're going to see a Mei wall right when Psychopreds runs through. I predict it. Right when we see it. We're going to, oh, okay. I'm shocked, actually. We're going to see the Bastion go up there, and we're just going to completely do it. Now, there's going to be that Mei wall that I was talking to you about, that they're going to just completely negate it, but we're able to get Firebirds are able to get a really early pick on that Baptiste, which is going to be very good for the Firebirds. They're down one of their main healers. Their secondary healer, Lucio, can do a lot of grouped healing, but not enough concentrated healing, and the Firebirds could just easily pull this off. So we're going to see Donut using Symmetra once again, doing a lot of damage, taking care of that Diva out of mech right away. The Firebirds, right, 45, that was a beautiful, very, very beautiful push for the Firebirds right off the bat. But we've seen that. We have seen the Firebirds push really, really quick. And then Howard comes along to defend, or to attack, and they do the exact same thing. So what matters is, I mean, it's so hard to give an estimate on how the game's going right now. Because the Firebirds are pushing really well, but Howard's got to attack too, and they could do it even better. This could go into extra rounds easily, so I'm confident the Firebirds could hopefully not let that happen. But we're going to see Psychopreds taking the front line once again, almost having that shatter, losing that shield right off the bat, but not without. We're going to see. Here goes that shatter. We might see it. We're going to see the shatter, and it's going to get a lot of people right now. A lot of damage being done by Psychopreds. We're going to see a blizzard, but the blizzard disappeared. I think she died mid-animation, canceling that blizzard. That is a very, very good strategy, good play by the Firebirds. Now, here we go, though. Howard is going to be taking care of them. Able to get a few key picks, big body tank, using that big hammer to swipe the Firebirds and do so much damage, and now the Firebirds all died. Now the Firebirds do have that Symmetra wall. We're gonna have that Gravitic Flux. We're gonna have that Bastion ult, but we need to use them. We need to use it. Now we do, Howard has the Visor as well. And the Visor mixed with a Diva Bomb, mixed with a Beat Drop is not gonna end well. Lunar Synergy still on Bastion, which I think I would expect a Bastion until ult, and then we're probably gonna see a switch. But here we go. Howard's gonna be using that Visor because the Soldier was behind them though. Kind of a waste, almost throwing them off guard, but having to run away. We're gonna see that Bastion use that ultimate, and the Hanzo's behind them. Firebirds continue to push, but because some of them had to turn and face that Hanzo. Sorry. Because they had to turn and face that Hanzo, it was not good because they were just half of the team had to turn around. The Firebirds being caught off guard by that. Very unfortunate to see. A lot of damage being done to that Bastion. Lunar Synergy, is Bastion a good call right now? That's the question. Sorry. Is Bastion the call? We might, I don't know. It's hard to say because when you commit to someone like this, you lose out on other plays. Oh, jeez. We're gonna see the dueling ant matrices and matrices here. A lot of damage being done from it, but NECC's having that, and there goes that shatter, and it's not looking good for the Firebirds right now. They're getting, Donut was able to do a little bit of damage there, but the rest of the Firebirds were not there to follow up, and it looks like Howard is going to be holding it on this second point. And we are back. Sorry about that. But it looks like the Firebirds are going to be taking that high ground through that, or above that little bit of a pub. Taking an interesting approach now. They have it's a very tight angle. You know, we do have Psychopreds having that shatter. We're going to expect that very soon. Once that shield is not much of an issue, we do hear that visor once again from the back line, but it's not able to do anything, but it's because the Firebirds all turned to take care of it that we're not going to see anything. We're going to see the shatter not getting anybody because we're going to see Big Body Tank block it. Blocking that shatter was key for Howard right now. That was going to be very bad if they landed it, and the Howard is now gonna have to turn around. We're gonna see that Ant Matrix. We're gonna see a Diva Bomb though, and it's gonna catch a bunch of the Firebirds off guard, but nobody's gonna get picked off. Rico has that beat drop, which might be, there we go, here goes the beat drop, which is gonna do a lot of shield, give a lot of shielding to the Firebirds, or to the Dragons. Optimal getting a pick on two people with that Dragon right now, and the Firebirds are just taking so much damage. It is Optimal getting 4 picks right there. 4. And Donut is trying to go in, but it is not looking good for the Firebirds. This is very unfortunate to see. But hopefully the Firebirds can gain some more ground. The biggest thing is these DPS for Howard, I think. And also Big Body Tank. Rosanto being a really good Diva, but like Diva doesn't do the most amount of damage sometimes, and it all depends on how well you play it. I think Howard is just all around a very good team, but their DPS, especially Optimal, very, very big threats. So hopefully the Firebirds can, you know, kind of realize that and work around it. But we do have Psychopreds trying to play around. We're going to see Rei Saku once again trying to go in the back line. Paulito is trying to do as much healing as he can as Baptiste, but will it be enough? Lunar Synergy and NECC's falling. Rei Saku getting picked off by Lunar Synergy. We're gonna see a drag, we're gonna see a grab. Bunch ults being used right now. Optimal getting a pick as Hanzo on Crazy Mage. Another pick. Tons of picks by Howard right now. And it looks like the Firebirds were not able to even push it to second point. This is bad for the Firebirds. The Firebirds would need to push it all the way to the end in order for it to work out for them. And right now, it is not looking good right now. If Howard pushes it all the way to where the Firebirds just pushed it, this map is won by them. Could the Firebirds full hold it? We could. It is very hard to hold this first point though. We've seen a lot of teams forcefully give up that first point because that choke point that we could see right there with the arch that we just flew through, that is so hard to get through. Once you get through that, it's really easy to kind of push through. But if you can't push it through that, you're going to have a really difficult time. So I think Howard might actually capitalize on that. We are going to see Donut going to Torbjorn, Lunar Synergy going a Soldier. Habub is going to go Mercy. NECC once again going Baptiste. And we're going to see a Ryan Zarya. So hopefully this will work out for them. Hopefully the Firebirds can hold them really well. I don't know how Howard's attack is, so it's really hard to say. Howard's gonna be running the same comp though. You know, that Hanzo is a big issue for the Firebirds. I think we need to kind of focus in, because I think once Howard lost Optimal, like in previous match, once Optimal was out of the picture, it was decent for the Fire. It was pretty easy for the Firebirds to kind of just make a mark. Whether or not that was a guarantee, that's a whole different discussion. But without Optimal being one of their amazing DPS, Howard is gonna be down one of their greater assets. But we're gonna see Howard try and push in through that hotel on the right side. Donut using that Torbjorn turret. We're gonna see Hanzo on the left side though. Nobody's there. Both of Howard's DPSs are kind of flanking to the right, whereas the rest of the team is going through the hotel. And this is exactly what this is a great strategy for Howard. If they split up the team, if they have it, so you have two different directions to focus resources in. Lunar Synergy honestly should kind of focus their DPSs. Focus on the left side, and that Hanzo especially. Now, I think Lunar Synergy is trying to do that. We're going to see a lot of success there. A lot of shots being hit by Lunar Synergy on Soldier, which is really good for them, really good of him. 3 minutes on the clock, still a lot of time to be played. But we're going to see that Amplification Matrix, and there goes Psychopreds falling to Optimal. We're going to see Torbjorn go in the back line. We're going to see the Amp Matrix, though. This is amazing to see. We're going to see Rez on Psychopreds. Firebirds are back. Wow. Great revive there by Hubbub. Watch out for those dragons, though. Those dragons have caused some issues for us. Lunar Synergy was picked off by Optimal, though. But that Hanzo on Optimals. Wow, there we go. And NECC's falling. Those angles, it is playing this natural cover is going to be key for them. Now we're going to see a bunch of ults going right here. That high noon is going to be very bad for them, or very good for Howard, bad for the Firebirds. And Hubbub is popping Valkyrie, but it's not going to be enough. And it looks like Howard might actually might take point one. A lot of time was ticked off the clock though, but again, Howard doesn't have much room to go. So Howard could still easily take this. It all depends on how well the Firebirds hold. This is looking really, really good for the Firebirds. This is a great angle. However, NECC's got an early pick. That's going to be unfortunate because now Hubbub, having a 30-second cooldown on that resurrection, won't be able to res anybody, really. Donut going Pharah instead, but that's an interesting pick because we've seen Reisaku and Optimal play so well with those shots. We're having such great accuracy. Lunar Synergy getting picked off by Reisaku. I'm never gonna get that right. We're gonna see dragons go out for Howard right now. Donut falling into the dragons. Big body. Oh, this is it. This is very bad for the Firebirds. I think the Firebirds were definitely caught off guard by Howard, and I think there's quite a bit that they're doing. Donut fell into the dragons right there, which was a very interesting play by Donut. So I am kind of disappointed in that, but I think after this match we're gonna have a nice long talk with them, because you know this is unfortunate to see, but hopefully the Firebirds are able to gain. There's a lot of time now. Losing Donut right away to that Diva Bomb, having that Ant Matrix being used up. Firebirds getting some key picks, but will it be enough? Lunar Synergy having that visor. Will the Firebirds be able to hold this point? 3 minutes on the clock. That's a lot of time. Howard might easily be able to do this. Firebirds are gonna have to hold them. I don't think a defense like this has been done before, because that is such a little distance for Howard to push. One team fight, one entire team wipe, and Howard would win. So Firebirds need to step up their game right now, especially with that Hanzo who's gonna be flanking. That has happened so many times where the Hanzo takes like an off angle, and there we go, here goes that dragon, and it's gonna go right on the point. And what's gonna happen is now we're gonna see Howard run right on the point. Donut's trying to use the defense matrix or the barrage, but it's not enough. We're gonna see Lunar Synergy using the visor, able to get a pick on the high noon, but NECC's able to also get a pick on the high noon. The Firebirds are holding it, but we're gonna see that beat drop and the shatter, and the Firebirds might actually lose this point. A meter, almost not even. There we go. I knew it. Okay, I couldn't even get the words out before that happened. Howard Community College demolished the Firebirds right there, unfortunately. I think that was really well played by Howard. 2-0 of the series, big body tank being such a strong main tank, Optimal being a phenomenal DPS on Hanzo especially. Those dragons the Firebirds need to watch out for, and I think it's gonna be I think there's gonna be some discussion happening in between periods, so definitely something to watch out for. I think the Firebirds could easily come back now. Paulito doing so much healing right there. Rosanto getting 71% kill participation right there. So even Rosanto, exactly what I said earlier, proving me wrong. I take it all back. Rosanto being a phenomenal diva right there. But we will be back in just a few quick minutes while teams probably take a bathroom break or whatever, and decide the next map. So we will catch you for map 3 of this series in about 3 minutes.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. Fire will burn and never die. Looking through the eyes of a brand new life. And so just find me, just find me. Sparks will fly if we scream no. This is not how we're gonna go. We are the ones who will never let go. Just watch us run till no one knows. We'll never grow.
We are back for map 3 of the Overwatch National Championship. Carthage Firebirds versus the Howard Community College Dragons. Dragons easily picking up maps 1 and 2, but the Firebirds, I think, have definitely had that, that game-changing speech that we always see in these movies. So I'm confident that Watchpoint is going to be the deciding factor and is going to build that motivation, that momentum the Firebirds want. I believe the ban for this map was Rialto, so the Firebirds choosing Watchpoint is an interesting pick. We don't see Watchpoint too often, so I'm curious how this is going to go. But we do see, I think the Firebirds have definitely isolated what they're doing wrong, what they need to fix, and I'm confident because we are seeing a completely new lineup for the Firebirds right now. We're going to see Donut on Doomfist, we're going to see Hubbub on Zenyatta, Psychopreds on Winston, Nancakes on Ana, and Crazy Mage on Zarya, and Lunar Synergy on Soldier. So Crazy Mage and Lunar Synergy staying the same, whereas everybody else is switching it up quite a bit. Now Optimal is going to be playing Echo, Paulito is going to be playing Ana, Reisaku, Genji, Rosanto, Diva, Rico is going to be playing Brigitte, and Winston is going, or Big Body Tank is going to be playing Winston. I like these comps. Both are going to be solid dive comps, but I think the Zarya beats the Diva. Right off the bat, Optimal using a bunch of sticky bombs on the Firebirds, causing a little bit of damage there on Donut. Donut's able to swoop in. Crazy Mage getting an early pick on Big Body Tank. Here we go, Lunar Synergy getting Optimal. Here we go, there's that momentum we know and love. That is it. Firebirds getting some amazing picks right off the bat. Gonna be forcing Howard to back up a little bit. Forcing them to retreat a little bit. And Firebirds are gonna be gaining quite a bit of ground here. So, Paulito doing quite a bit of healing though. I think Brigida Ana is a very solid count. Now we're gonna see Psychopred's diving in against a Brigida right now. Which the thing about Brigida is as she does damage, she's like Reaper. If she keeps doing damage, she's gonna keep doing healing. Because as she does healing, she heals herself and allies. So that's something you need to watch out for. You need to be able to just basically attack from a distance, and Winston is not good against it, I think. Yes, you have the Tesla cannon, which can go through the shields, but you can go through the shields all you want, but if you're not able to do any more damage than she's healing, it's kind of a waste, in all honesty. You need someone there to back him up. But NECC's almost already at Nano. Not even the second fight and she's at Nano. We are going to see Reisaku, though, jumping in as Genji. A lot of damage being done. Lunar Synergy, though, being able to use that visor to clear out a bunch of Howard right. This is beautiful to see. They're able to take it step by step, slow and steady, get some key picks, and then push. Get some key picks and push. And Donut having that Doomfist. Good. Doomfist against Brigida is where you do have some issues here. But I know Donut knows and loves Doomfist, so this could be what we want. We're going to see a Nano Winston, though, from Howard, which is going to do a lot. But we're going to do the opposite. Well, not the opposite. We're going to do the same, but with a Primal Rage instead. Optimal trying to duplicate onto Zarya, taking a lot of healing there, a lot of damage, doing a lot of damage, soaking up a lot. There we go. Psychopred's mopping up a Howard. Here we're going to see a Genji Blade, which is oddly timed. I think a Genji Blade against a Winston is not good. But again, that was a weird timing for the Genji Blade, I think. It was kind of a waste, but Reisaku has shown that they know how to play DPS, so I'm confident they could build it real quick as well. Psychopred's jumping on the top of that ship. Not able to get much healing. I mean, getting enough healing, but the angle is interesting because it's the entirety of Howard's team on that ship against just Psychopreds. And none of the Firebirds are able to mount to meet Psychopreds. Casting by myself is so difficult. Wow. But we're going to see quite a bit, just more movement from the Firebirds. We're going to see Rosatu drop on the point. We're going to see the Diva Bomb right now, but we're not going to see any sort of, we're going to see the Immortality Field, which was going to save NECC, but Optimal was there to just kind of unsave NECC, you know? And we're going to see Psychopreds get picked up. Hubbub is going to back up a little bit, but will Howard try and push and get the kill? Probably they tried, but it wasn't enough. Hubbub was able to back up just in time, especially being joined by Crazy Mage. Great to see there. Great to see there. But both teams are trying to reposition, re-strategize. I think Optimal taking a brunt of the damage right off the bat from Lunar Synergy and the rest of our hit scan. We are going to see that I forget her ultimate name. But it's going to do a lot of group healing, a lot of armor, and is ultimately going to be a really good call. Now we're going to see a grab as well from here, mixed with a Crazy Mage using the high noon, but the enemy Winston, Big Body Tank being primal, was able to soak up some of that damage. And that saved a lot of people's lives. We are going to see Optimal using that duplicate on the Winston, knocking people around using Primal Rage. A lot of stuff is happening right now for Howard, but this is the Firebirds are coming back, but they need to make that extra play, you know. Donuts diving the backline, getting their healers, and Howard is going to be suffering quite a bit, especially when it comes to long range, because Brigida can only do stuff when she's close range, and Lunar Synergy there hitting the shots is Cassidy doing a ton of damage, and they're able to get a pick on Big Body Tank. It is now just Diva on point. We're going to see the self-destruct Psychopreds was almost able to block it using that shield, but not enough. But it was great placement, great, spread, I guess, from the Firebirds, and they are able to not really take any sort of damage there. Donut is forcing them to back up. The Firebirds are gonna gain quite a bit of ground because Howard has had to push back so far. Lunar Synergy already at that high noon. Hubbub having Transcendence, NECC with Amp Matrix, whereas for Howard, not much. We almost have Nano, but that's pretty much it. Now we are going to see a Tracer in the backline, which has always been an issue, especially mixed with that Genji, because both of them are going to just disrupt our backline, cause a lot of issues for them. Now they have to isolate the Tracer, and Donut times it and reads it so perfectly. Beautiful to see. Psychopreds almost at Primal Rage, having to back up because he took so much damage there, and NECC has finally arrived back on the point, but we are probably going to see a Primal Rage ultimate right here that is going to knock people around, cause a lot of issues, buy them some time while the Firebirds push it. While they push it, continue to push it. We're gonna see a sleep though. He doesn't care, he's got all the health in the world. We're just gonna see him knock people around. Psychopreds is scary on Winston right now. Knocking people around. There's some of the damage. We're gonna see Optimal switching back to Doomfist. And there we go. The Firebirds we know and love have arrived. They are back. They are ready. They are scary. They are deadly. Going all the way to the end. Now, Howard could do it again. They could push it all the way to the end and we'll see extra rounds. But if Howard does not, if the Firebirds are able to hold them really, really well and push them all the way to the end, Firebirds could win. So I'm confident in this. I'm excited to see how this goes. Howard has definitely not made it easy. So I think the Firebirds are definitely on their toes right now. But as we've seen, the Firebirds are not going down without a fight, regardless of the outcome. So I'm confident on this hold. The Firebirds just need to make sure that they do not make any mistakes. Lunar Synergy aiming at getting some amazing shots there. The aim is on point. Donut playing Doomfist is just so scary, especially for Howard's backline. Now we do see Optimal going Tracer, which was kind of an upset, but also not, because what's going to happen is Reisaku and Optimal are just going to dive the backline of the Firebirds and are just going to make sure that NECC and Hubbub are not able to do any healing. However, Firebirds have a Cassidy, Firebirds have a Hog, and Cassidy and Hog are really good counters. Hog, if Hog is able to land a hook on Genji or Tracer, it's going to work out really well for them. They're basically going to be able to guarantee a kill. So we'll see how this goes. Donut has gone to Soldier. I think so. Donut is just so scary on every single DPS, but I'm confident Donut's ability. I'm confident in the Firebirds. We are up and running. We do hear that Tracer in the backline. Psychopreds has tried to get a few hooks in, not able to get anybody. We're gonna see that Genji using that deflect, which interesting choice switching away from the Zarya because of that Genji. Now Psychopreds dropping down, but Psychopreds was alone. Nobody was there. Psychopreds was easily picked off, but now the Firebirds are back. They're here and able to do it now. Lunar Synergy though is alone, kind of right in the middle of the fight. So he caused a lot of the dragons to back up and kind of figure it out. But the Firebirds I think have pushed them back. I'll say that officially. They've pushed them back, but Howard still has a lot of time on the clock. So the Firebirds just need to keep holding this. They do technically have the advantage because there's only one way to really move from here. You have to go underneath onto that cart. So the Firebirds could just continue to go from an angle down. Lunar Synergy getting that early pick on Genji, which is going to save that's going to be a really good pick there, because now they have one less. They don't have Reisaku on the backline. Now Reisaku is going to switch to a Soldier. I think that's a good call. I think Genji is very hit or miss sometimes, but Soldier's just so solid all around. We are going to see also a high noon. Rico once again on Lucio is going to be dropping and booping them, causing them to drop, but again they have to come in, they have to run into them. The defense matrix was burned up and Donut is being damage boosted by Hubbub. So this is going to be Overwatch right here. This is gonna be it. We're gonna see some amazing plays. We see the amazing Sigma ult there. rising from the ground. We're going to see the visor from Donut doing so much damage to Howard. Oh my gosh, there we go. And the lay pick on Moira is going to be a great stagger for Howard. 1:43 on the clock. The Firebirds have burned off half of that time, and Howard was not able to push it anywhere. So they just need to keep this up. Now we do see they're going to be taking that high ground, but here we go. Firebirds has Whole Hog. We might see that really soon. That would be an interesting pick. Now, we do have the defense matrix to worry about with that Whole Hog, but here we go. Whole Hog going out. Firebirds is kind of alone, but he's going to knock them into the rest of the Firebirds. We're going to see the Diva Bomb going out. Rico getting a pick on Psychopreds. Psychopreds is alone, but Big Body Tank was alone as well, and the rest of the Firebirds were able to go in and just take care of them. We're going to see Optimal back on Doomfist, but Donut and Soldier is going to know that Optimal is going to be there. And Donut was able to get that amazing pick on Optimal. Beautiful to see. A lot of time being spent. I think Howard has 2 more pushes left for them to go through. So this is very exciting to see how this goes. A lot of damage being done by Crazy Mage. Crazy Mage almost already out of that ult. Firebirds having Valkyrie as well. High Noon, I expect to be ready very, very soon. They're going to be taking that below. Now, we are going to see that Visor, though, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage to pretty much all the Firebirds. Now, Crazy Mage was able to get a pick on Rico, though, because that is great, because that is less grouped healing for Howard. And the cart is all the way back there. Now, Hubbub once again getting such an amazing res. Optimal losing the Reaper. 10, 15 seconds left on the clock, and there's so much ground for Howard to cover. This is it. This is the push that we needed to see. Oh, this is amazing. Lunar Synergy having that High Noon. Probably going to be waiting the last second to use it. To buy time, we're going to see the High Noon. What will it be? Will we see anything perfect with this High Noon? Here we go. And it's going to get the Moira. The Moira's down. Howard is down, one of their healers. And Donut is trying to make sure that that Reaper is not going to be an issue. Psychopreds is on point, doing so much damage, but able to get picked off by Optimal. Donut getting that Optimal pick, though. Literally, Optimal being Optimal. Donut using the Visor to kind of cause the issues. Able to get Reisaku. A lot of ults being used by the Firebirds, and the Firebirds get map 2. 1-1 in the series. That is exactly what I wanted to see from the Firebirds. That is just kidding. That was map 3. Amazing map to see from the Firebirds. That's exactly what we want to see. That is the momentum. That is the power. That is the energy. That is literally everything we expect to see from the Firebirds and more. And it was perfect. So map 4 being a hybrid map. Hopefully the Firebirds are able to pull that off again. Last time on King's Row, hybrid did not work out so well for him. But Lunar Synergy getting 31 eliminations, 54% of the kill participation of that match. Amazing to see by Lunar Synergy. So map 4 is going to be hybrid. We will be back once again after a few minutes while both teams decide what their picks and bans are going to be. So we'll be back very shortly.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Initiating match.
It's Firebirds versus the Howard Community College Dragons, NECC National Championship Overwatch Group Series. This has been an amazing match so far. Firebirds were so Howard was able to pick to easily capture maps 1 and 2 on both Lijiang Tower and Kings Row, but on Watchpoint Gibraltar, we just saw how amazing and powerful the Firebirds can be and are. Howard wasn't even able to capture the first point, so hopefully the Firebirds can continue to do that and continue to do that on Blizzard World. The map ban was Hollywood, and if the Firebirds win this, it is match point for Howard. However, if the Firebirds are able to win this, they tie it up and we move to map 5, which is a control point, which the Firebirds have definitely had some success with. So I'm confident. I am really confident in our team. I think they have definitely figured out how to counter Howard, and it showed last match. So hopefully that can carry on here. Hopefully the momentum as well. We're going to see similar comps: Donut going Hanzo, Hubbub going Zenyatta, Psychopreds on Ryan, Nancakes on Bap, Crazy Mage on Zarya, and Lunar Synergy on Cassidy. Whereas Howard has Optimal on Ashe, Paulito on Bap, Reisaku on Soldier, Rosanto on Diva, Rico on Brigitte, and Big Body Tank on Orisa. So we're going to see the Firebirds trying to take the high ground, where that's exactly where Howard is. That is going to force them to back up because they don't have the shield to work with. Optimal is going to stay back, try and get a few shots in, able to get a pick on Crazy Mage right off the bat, which is going to be very bad for the Firebirds because they are down their off tank, down a dramatic amount of their damage. So hopefully the Firebirds are able to make some key plays right now, maybe pick off their Diva and then make it even, but we will see how that goes very shortly once the Firebirds regain Crazy Mage. Now we are going to see also, well, Howard hasn't even lost somebody yet. We're going to see that Orisa pull do a lot of cause a few issues for the Firebirds. Firebirds are going to be walking around the back though, which is going to be great because they don't have that shield to work with now. Howard does not have the advantage, and we have that Ant Matrix going out from Nancakes very, very soon, which is going to be very key. We're going to see it right there. Nancakes is like, you know what, I'm just going to use it myself. Not having to get a pick on anybody just yet. Donut using it as Hanzo, trying to get a few shots in, but not enough. And the Diva is going to be soaking up a lot with that defense matrix, but it's become a defense, it's switched basically. Once the Firebirds are on point and have to hold it, and now there we go. There goes the Psychopress. That is scary, but we've lost. There we go. Okay, Lunar Synergy getting the pick on Orisa. The Firebirds just have to hold it now, but we're going to see that Visor, which could be very bad for them. Lunar Synergy almost getting that high noon on the Soldier. Psychopreds will be going back up. Firebirds were able to nearly capture it all. But unfortunately, Lunar Synergy was not able to finish that. Like, I think it was like a 2v1 at that point. So hopefully we can see that again. Firebirds were very close though, and only have to get a single tick for that. And they have Dragon. Dragon's gonna be key here. It's not about getting kills. It's about soaking up or forcing people to move out of the way, basically. Kills are great. Kills are always a perk. It's always a plus. But ultimately, if you use it for crowd control, it's going to be really good. And I'm expecting it to be seen right here. We're going to see the Dragon right here. It's going to force people to go around. It's going to force them to run around, drop down, all the fun stuff that the Firebirds want them to do, force them to go. We're going to see Hubbub having that Transcendence. We're going to see a Bob coming out from Optimal, but the Transcendence is going to just negate any sort of damage that Howard's able to do. We're going to see also that Amplification Matrix, and Crazy Mage was able to survive that, and once again the Firebirds have captured it. I think this can be very good for them because they just got some really good staggers on both of their supports. Now there's a lot of time that's going to happen, a lot of time that's going to be burned right now because the payload has to move quite a ways away. Howard is setting up at the typical choke point, as we'll call it, the typical place to hold on this next objective. So the payload's going to move quite a bit. But the Firebirds are going to try. Donut's going to try and get some early picks on, try and disable that shield, if anything, I think. We're going to be forcing out that Brigida ult, which is going to do a lot of healing for Howard. Psychopreds lost his shield and was forced into the open by that Orisa pull. So he was getting, there was no way he could have survived that in all reality. You had the entire force of Howard focusing you. Now Crazy Mage does have nearly full charge right now, and we do see also we almost have Dragon. Firebirds have several ults, whereas Howard is not as ult, doesn't have as many ults as they should, you know. They definitely don't have enough to really counter. We're gonna see that Graviton Flux mixed with the Dragon, but the Immortality Field was able to soak up quite a bit of that. But so much damage was done though, because the Immortality Field can stop you from dying, but you still only have 50 health. So I'm confident the Firebirds are gonna hopefully get a few picks here, but Donut was not able to get it, was not able to follow through with that kill, and the Firebirds were not able to push it any further. We do have some more ults. We have that High Noon, we have that Amp Matrix. I expect a combo from them, whereas for Howard, only having the Amp Matrix and Bob probably, whereas everybody else is very low. I don't expect us to be getting Supercharger from that Orisa though. Despite being at 63%, it's probably going to be quite a bit before we see that. Now that High Noon might be really good once we get that Defense Matrix, I think. And we're going to see it. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? We're going to see it? No, but the Orisa falls by Nancakes nonetheless. And their soldier, Ray Saku, is on his own. Alone in the backline. Now Optimal also in the backline. Getting a pick on Lunar Synergy because Optimal. We're gonna see dragons here, but will it be enough? No, we're not gonna use dragons. The Firebirds are not gonna use dragons. We're gonna see Transcendence. I heard a shatter, but I thought I heard a shatter. I'm hearing things at this point. But that Rosantu is just barely surviving. Donut just trying to get some key shots, but not enough. Nancakes is alone, doing some healing, some self-healing, which is great with that ability, but Donut trying to survive, but it wasn't enough. Donut is staggered, 30 seconds left on the clock. Firebirds need to make a play. They have 4 ultimates. I think in one team fight, they could push the card all the way to the end. But they would need to completely wipe, I think, the dragons. So I'm expecting some big things here. We do see Rosanto kind of near. We're gonna see a High Noon from Lunar Synergy, not able to do any sort of damage though. Howard is kind of split right now. They have some people of all angles in the backline, especially for the Firebirds. Still no dragon yet, but it is in overtime, so now is the time to use the dragon. We're gonna see the dragon here. Try and do a little bit of damage, but not enough. Rico's alone though. They're gonna be down one of their healers, and now Donut's just gonna be laying down shots, getting a pick on Ray Saku, and now it's just Orisa Baptiste and against Donut, and Donut is almost getting almost able to get a pick on the Orisa. Donut just 1v2'd that despite being down so much health. Oh my gosh. Donut is on fire. He is fired up. Hashtag fired up. Amazing to see. Wow. And we're going to see that revive on Optimal, which is, that's interesting because he was so close to being resurrected. So now it's just like, why waste that? You know, because now he could have risked dying. But that's neither here nor there. That's not my decision. Lunar Synergy again, almost at that High Noon. Psychopreds getting picked off. Donut getting picked off by Optimal. They are just boosting because of that Valkyrie and Supercharger combo. So much damage is being done now. We do have almost all of our ults outside of Transcendence, whereas Howard has 2, maybe 3. So this better work out. I think Psychopreds having that shatter might be good, but because we have seen a lot of like splitness from Howard, it might not be that good. Now here goes that Dragons. Bob is died. They've killed Bob. Bob is gone. Now there's that Supercharger being used, but we're gonna see a shatter, and it got nobody. Not even the High Noon. So we used Amp Matrix, the shatter, and the High Noon, and nobody took any damage. The Firebirds are not going to be able to pull this off. I don't think. They do not have the ult advantage anymore. They do not have anything. Donut's going to try and stall the point just a little bit, forcing the ult overtime, but it might not be enough. We are going to see a Transcendence maybe here from Hubbub. Not yet. Lunar Synergy using it. Where's Hubbub? Didn't use it. Why didn't Hubbub use the Transcendence? Heartbreaking to see here. Firebirds are just trying their best. Not able to hold it, but this inside area is just such an awful place to hold or to push. It is so deadly on defense. We've seen this countless times where many teams are not able to hold or not able to push in that internal area. So hopefully the Firebirds are going to be able to defend really, really well. So Howard, because the Firebirds were not able to push it to the end, Howard is able to, if Howard is able to push the cart all the way to right there that we can see on camera, all the way into the castle, exactly where the Firebirds left it, Howard wins this map and wins the series. Firebirds will not be out though, because it is double elimination in the group series. They will be playing the winner of the Concordia New England College Grims match. I think tomorrow is the game. Tomorrow afternoon. It is tonight. Oh, I disregard. It is tonight. So if the Firebirds lose, we are still playing tonight apparently. It is. Oh, their game is happening right. I don't know. At some point we will get that information. At some point, and it'll be. We'll see how that goes. I believe it is. I'm confident in Concordia, but NECG has shown that they can upset teams before. So I think it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see how this goes. But looks like similar comps going out for the Firebirds. Donut's going to be going Soldier though, and we saw so much success with Donut on Soldier on Watchpoint. So hopefully we stick with it. Optimal on Ash is. It's optimal, I think. But Ash is such an interesting person. It's like, for me specifically, I can do really, really well on Cassidy, but when I switch to Ash, I feel like I'm doing nothing. So Optimal has shown some success as Ash, especially with Bob. Bob being such a key player in some of these fights. Now, right off the bat, we're going to be seeing the Immortality Field. We're going to be seeing a bunch of things being played. A bunch of plays, but Donut getting double pick on both of their supports right now. The Firebirds are probably going to be doing this. However, Optimal and Reisaku getting both of our DPS, but Donut getting revived, able to get a pick on the Reinhardt. It is now just Crazy Mage and Hubbub and Donut against a few of Howard right now. They're able to get a pick on Donut. That is going to be really good because some of the Firebirds are going to be Firebirds are going to have to have time. They're going to be given time to push in to reinforce the rest of our team, and Howard is not going to be able to move in.
I'm here.
So
My ultimate is charging.
Donut having that ult is going to be really good. I think all of the Firebirds have quite a bit of ult. They're near to ults, I think. Whereas Howard has High Noon. They're going to be at Bob. They're going to be in Ant Matrix. Bob Ant Matrix might be really good. That's a combo that I don't really see often, but it's not a bad combo. It's a very good combo to use because Bob is just very bad sometimes. We're gonna see that High Noon, and so much just happened. Crazy Mage was being shot from 2 angles. High Noon able to get on to Crazy Mage. Donut though getting Optimal, and the rest of Howard is on that high ground, knocking them around. Hubbub getting the revive on Crazy Mage, but Nan Kicks and Psychopreds fell. Donut is doing a lot of damage. Lunar Synergy trying to use that High Noon, but it wasn't enough. Crazy Mage is still on point though, and Hubbub is just pocketing him. Using that Valkyrie is going to be doing wonders. Crazy Mage having that Gravitic Flux, but it wasn't enough, and it looks like Howard might be able to take that point. Now we do have one person left on point, and we do have Shatter, but I would not expect the Firebirds to push in anymore. We do see Rico going Lucio now. He might have been going Lucio before, but we do see that Lucio trying to run in, trying to get some damage in the backline. We also do see Reisaku in the back, trying to get some backline picks as well on that high ground. Rico is just riding the wall right now. But this is, I think this is good. I think 3 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. The Firebirds do have a lot of space to work with. They wasted a lot of time, I think, on that first point. So I'm hoping the Firebirds are able to hold this even more. We do have a few of our ults. What matters is pacing of these ults, though. These ults cannot be wasted. They need to be paced. They need to be... Make sure that we always have an ult or two to work with. Now we're going to see Crazy Mage using that Graphitic Flux, raising everybody in the air. Hanzo in the backline. Optimal is on the cart right now. On Howard's backline, not on our backline. Psychopred's trying to flank around, trying to retreat, trying to regain that high ground. Howard is... I don't know what they're doing right now. They're trying to take high ground, but they're also not. We are going to see Optimal trying to 1v1 our Reinhardt, but it wasn't enough. Now, both Hubbub and Donut were just easily picked off because the rest of Howard were just right there. NECC falls, Psychopred's falls. The Firebirds were so split up right there and had our backs turned to the entirety of Howard. So the Firebirds are not going to have much luck right now. They need to hold it right before they capture this point. They do not have enough time to waste. They have to hold them right here. Because if they... It will not end well if they don't hold it, or at least attempt to hold it right here. But they have an advantage. They have a few ults. They're going to have Visor soon. We're going to see that Dragon being used, which honestly, not the best. It's an interesting choice. We're going to see a High Noon, but nobody's going to do anything with that High Noon. Nobody's on point, though, except now we have a few people on a Lunar Synergy getting picked off. The Diva Bomb able to get Donut. Hubbub getting picked off by Rico. It is now just Psychopred's. NECC's falling. It is now just Crazy Mage once again against Howard. And Howard was able to hold it. Now 3 minutes on the clock. And once again, this inside is awful to hold. Or awful to push. However, if Howard pushes it to where that yellow outline is, if Howard pushes it to where the Firebirds were holding it, they win this map and they move on. So the Firebirds need to realize that. They need to be aggressive. They can't just sit idly by. They need to push in. So Optimal once again trying to lay down some fire, trying to break that shield, but Donut having that visor might be really good here. We do have that Ant Matrix, and there goes their big body tank, their main tank. That's going to be really good. They know that their Cassidy is all around. Great to see. Great to see. So Donut having that visor is going to be very key here, but it all depends on how well he uses it. He does need to be careful of that backline because they are known to be flanking. Rico getting a pick on Lunar Synergy, but we're going to see Donut using the visor in the back, and Howard captures it. Firebirds are not able to hold it. Map 3 goes to the Firebirds, or goes to the Dragons. Sorry about that. Howard Community College Dragons. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, the Firebirds will be playing because they lost now, they're playing Concordia, Wisconsin tomorrow. Previously playing Concordia, Wisconsin and going 3-1. So I'm confident. We've seen some success against Concordia. That game will be at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Unfortunately, we're not out yet. I believe how it goes, though, is the loser of the match tomorrow is eliminated from the championship series. So that is definitely very scary for both teams, I think. Winner of the match tomorrow will play Carroll in semifinals. That's it. I was getting that message. Yeah, so the winner of the Concordia, Wisconsin game will play Carroll in the semifinals at 8 p.m. And the Firebirds did struggle against Carroll. They were reverse swept by Carroll. However, an impromptu scrim yesterday, the Firebirds were able to beat them. So they have the potential. So hopefully we can see that tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It is going to be a very good game tomorrow. So we will catch you there tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the the Concordia, Wisconsin versus Carthage Firebirds Overwatch game. And we got some really good Overwatch coming up. So I hope to see you there tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow all of our social medias at Carthage Esports, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 yards, Twitch as well. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Bearded Man. You've been awesome, and I will catch you later.
See your future on the horizon? So do we. It's really just the greatest college experience I could have asked for.
What really drew me in was having an adventure.
I think something really unique about Carthage is that it constantly pushes you outside of your comfort zone.
At Carthage College, we will push you to dive deep, to channel your curiosity, and excel in your chosen field.
It's been like an individual journey through collaborative effort. And so overall, this has been my college experience, but so many people that I've met have been supportive along the way, and they're all looking out for you. So that's really why it feels like a family.
As you ignite your true potential and start asking the hard questions, you'll find the answers are just the beginning. That's the moment your purpose comes into view.
We are really able to get great one-on-one action with our professors. So you can't hide in your classroom. You're always actively participating.
You'll get recommended for things that you might not have ever been interested in before, and you end up realizing that that might be your passion.
Everyone here is just so nice, so welcoming. It's really easy to make friends here at Carthage. The biggest change was going from student to young business professional.
I love Carthage.
It's definitely the people.
Living on the lake is amazing.
I feel very prepared for my future.
Ended up surpassing my expectations.
Some things you just need to see for yourself. Come take a closer look at Carthage College.